includes 2 discourses, a musical dance item, as well as the final session, which is a singing item. In keeping with the sanctity of the ashram and the dignity of this occasion, may I lovingly request you to please heed the following. Can you make sure that all your cell phones have been either switched off or placed on silent mode? During the performances or the discourses, can you please limit movement as far as possible? We also request devotees to please move as far forward to the stage as possible to accommodate latecomers. For parents who have young children, there is a children's program being conducted in the Darshan hall downstairs from this prayer hall. Should you want to take your children, the spiritual darlings there, you are most welcome to do so. There is also continuous chanting for peace, protection, and the success of our conference, which is taking place in Guru Kripa. We now begin with the program, and it gives me great pleasure to call upon our first presenter, and he is one of our youth, Sri Ashin Thakurdin. And Ashinji has actually grown up in the ashram. He's a very active member of our youth division, and for his presentation, he was mentored by the orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Viren Kasipasad, and physiotherapist, Sri Anesh Bujraj, for whom we are very grateful. Gurudev Swami Sivananda was a qualified allopathic doctor who has written extensively on a wide range of health matters and both natural and Ayurvedic remedies as well. To highlight Dr. Sivananda's contribution to health and wellness both locally and globally, it gives me great pleasure to welcome to the podium Ashinji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. Hari Om to all of you. Today I am going to talk to you about Swami Sivananda's local and global contribution to health and wellness. Like Dr. Suvira just said, that Swami Sivananda was a qualified allopathic doctor, and what he had discovered is when he was trying to teach people about God or teach them how to pray and meditate, he noticed that if he hadn't taken care of their basic needs like health, and they could not focus on God. So that is when he started focusing on treating people who are sick with ailments. This is a picture of the Sivananda Hospital in Rishikesh, right? And this is a picture of something local in Chatwood in Rose Heights. This is the Sunlit Path Center. This also offers a few natural therapies such as homeopathy, Ayurveda, and acupressure. And this is one of the few projects that the ashram has started in this country or in this province. The other big project that they do that provides health and allopathic help to the poor and needy is the clinic in Reservoir Hills. Sorry, I don't have a picture of it, but if you would like to see some pictures, There's a booklet at the bookstall, see Swami Shivananda, his mission in South Africa. There's a lot more of the projects in this book. It's available at the bookstall. The other big project of a health center locally was the Sivananda Luamba Health and Wellness Medical Center in Tambanana in Zululand. And this project was more than 7 million rand. That's just some of the projects that the society has done locally in terms of health. All right. And on top of that, Gurudev also wrote many books on health and wellness. These are a few of them, a few pictures of them. Mind, Its Mysteries and Control, Bazaar Drugs, Health and Hygiene, How to Live 100 Years. Gurudev wrote on a wide variety of topics. And in this presentation, I will touch on a few of the main topics that Gurudev mentions in those books. The main thing Gurudev says is, what is good health? What do we need to have a perfect, healthy body? And Gurudev breaks it down, makes it very simple. He gives us 4 ingredients. The first thing is a wholesome diet, pranayama, which is breathing exercises, physical exercises, and mental well-being. Right? But what is a perfect diet? Gurudev also makes it very simple in these books. He says we have to have a balanced diet. You need to have carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals. Right? And Gurudev says don't be fussy, don't go on these crash diets that claim to lose 10 kgs in 10 days. Gurudev says eat what makes you happy. Your body will crave what it needs, but don't overeat. Right? Only eat when you're hungry. And Gurudev prescribes a vegetarian sattvic diet as the best diet if you want to make spiritual progress. And the main thing is use common sense. Right? The next ingredient for good health is pranayama. Prana means life force. Pranayama is breath control. And by controlling our breath, we control our energy that's flowing within us. And by practicing pranayama, we purify the mind. By practicing pranayama also energizes the nadis that flow within our body. Nadis are meridians, energy meridians that run through our body. There's over 72,000 of them. But the main ones are the Shushumna Nadi, Ida and Pingla Nadis. And by energizing these nadis, we heal our body and gain control of our mind. The other aspect for good health is physical exercise. Right? That a few examples is going to the gym, playing sport like soccer, volleyball, asanas. These are a few examples of physical exercises. But Gurudev suggests that we do asanas if we're running short of time. Asanas would be a better way of doing physical exercises than going to the gym. Gurudev says 15 minutes of asanas is much better than spending hours at a gym. And asanas don't only exercise your external muscles, but they also massage your internal organs and ensure that they function correctly. And what you'll notice if you go to the gym, after going to the gym, spending a few hours at the gym, you feel tired, drained out. But by doing asanas, if you do it correctly, you'll feel energized, you'll feel more alive. So Gurudev says asanas is a superior exercise to going to the gym. Asanas also help to keep you young. The last ingredient for good health is a mental well-being. Right? Gurudev says our thoughts affect our body positively and negatively. Pure thoughts ensure a healthy body. Bad thoughts cause disease. So if you have ill feelings towards anyone, like hatred, jealousy, bitterness, anxiety, these destroy the cells in your body, drain your energy, and cause you to age prematurely. Gurudev says you also need to protect yourself from negative thoughts that you might receive from others. One example would be like an allopathic doctor. If he speaks to his patient, he has a great power over the patient's mind. And if he says that, don't worry, you'll be fine, this is a small problem, you'll be fine in a few hours, you'll feel better, the patient automatically will start feeling better. But if the doctor becomes dramatic and says, hey, this is a serious disease, you can die at any moment, then the patient actually gets more sick. And he has sleepless nights, and the condition he experiences gets much worse. So the best way to protect yourself from this is by practicing meditation regularly to strengthen your mind, and also to ensure that by doing meditation regularly, your mind, your body, and your prana will be in harmony. if your mind is full of negative thoughts, it'll oppose the workings of your body will get sick, and prana will flow in opposite directions. So the main thing is meditate every day, sit quietly, free yourself from thoughts and emotions, and focus on God. Gurudev has written many books on this. I'm just touching on the basics of this. But I know most of us here have been coming to ashram for many years, and we know all this. We read the books, and every time they tell us, no, we need to do sadhana, we need to do it, but we don't do it. So how do you make a start? Right? So Gurudev says, change one small habit at a time, and make slow, consistent change. So example, meditate for 1 minute a day, do one asana, do one round of pranayama, but do it consistently. And slowly, automatically, you will want to do more, and you will become regular, and you'll increase it to an hour of meditation, or 50 minutes of pranayama, or 12 rounds of Surya Namaskar. Another thing you can start immediately is only eat when you're hungry, and eat in moderation. But even though we know all this, we still don't change. Right? And the biggest health problem that most of us suffer from is excuse-itis. Right? And the main thing is time. We say we don't never have enough time. Our day is full from the time we wake up till the time we sleep. We don't have enough time. No time for sadhana, right? And this is doesn't make sense to me, right? When you read what Gurudev says, because it's like saying you're cutting down a tree, but the saw is blunt. So instead of taking a few minutes to sharpen the saw, you say, no, I've got no time. I need to cut this tree down. But by sharpening the saw, you cut the tree down a lot faster. So by doing sadhana regularly, you sharpen your mind, and you'll be more productive, you'll accomplish more tasks, and you'll have more time in the day. Right? And a quick example of how much time we actually have and how much we waste is, all of us have the same amount of time. We have 24 hours in a day and about 168 hours in a week. Right? So if we sleep for average about 7 to 8 hours a day, that gives us 51 hours a week in sleep, about 50 hours going to work and traveling back to work from work, about 15 hours you spend eating, about 24 hours spending time with your family, watching TV, relaxing, about 4 hours going to ashram on Sunday, relaxing, and you still left, all that adds up to 144 hours. You're still left with 24 hours. You can still waste another 6 hours and still have 18 hours a week that is unaccounted for if we manage our time correctly. So I'm sure 18 hours is more than enough time to start sadhana, right? The next excuse that we make is age, right? We say it's too old for us to start asanas. We should have started not when we were younger, when we were a teenager, we should have started doing asanas. But if we had to compare that to our working life, right? When we go to, our working life is, say, from the age 20 to the age 65, 70. So that's about approximately 50 years that we're able to do physical work. We're able to go to work every day and make money, right? But we're too old to do asanas, right? So even if you start asanas at the age 30, you still have 80% of your life, right? Of your working life. At 40, you still have 60%. At 50, you still have 40%, right? If you start asanas at the age 50, for example, you still got 20 years, right, till age 70 to make a change, right? If you do one round of Surya Namaskar every day, or you do one asana every single day, I guarantee you, at the end of that 20 years, you'll look back and you'll say, this is not the same person. You'll be a totally different person, right? So age is not a factor. The next excuse we make is that we get comfortable. We got a routine every day, and we're comfortable. You enjoy it. You go to work, you come back, you go to sleep, you relax, you spend time with your family, and you don't really want to do more. You got your routine and you like it. You're comfortable. By doing sadhana now, it means you have to break your routine. And in the beginning, it's difficult to break a routine. But if we start small and choose easy goals, it's very easy to change that. The last one is unhealthy thoughts. Right? If we believe that we are sick, like we have a headache, right, and you tell someone that my head is paining, then automatically the headache gets worse. Right? But if you say, I'm healthy, there's nothing wrong with me, automatically you feel better. That's the power of suggestion. Right? We can try it now quickly. Right? I want everyone to repeat after me. I feel great. 1, 2. See, I feel great. See, automatically, just by saying the word, even if you don't mean it, you feel slightly better. So let's all of us make a resolve from today that we will start our sadhana from today. We'll start with meditation, pranayama, asanas, we'll eat healthy food, and we will become the best version of ourselves that we can possibly achieve in this life. Thank you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you, Ashendra. Swami Gurudev has written extensively on health, and he made a very practical summary of very profound and detailed writings. And I'm sure you'll agree with me that Gurudev's writings have as much relevance today as it did 100 years ago when he first wrote them. Now, on this milestone occasion, it gives us great pleasure to release a new DVD titled Wisdom of Sivananda, Volume 3. Now, the disciples and admirers of Sri Swami Sivananda, particularly those who have not had the good fortune of meeting him physically, will welcome this very inspiring DVD video, which contains the teachings and philosophy of our Divine Master. The 11 chapters that constitute this volume contain some of the spiritual injections that the Master administered to his disciples and many thousands who flocked to him at his ashram in Rishikesh, India. The Master's audio messages, many of which have taken the form of conversations and songs, bring out beautifully the Master's godlike personality and his simple teachings, which are extremely practical in their application, proving to be fresh even after so many decades. Now, it really is an honor for us to call to the podium a very special guest, Sri Ashwin Kangalu. The Kangalu family, who own Berea West Cottage, are long-standing well-wishers of Divine Life Society of South Africa. Their late father was devoted to serving Puja Swamiji in ensuring that our Master's books were promptly delivered to the various towns within South Africa for many decades. The present generation of the Kangalu family, both Sri Ashwin and Sri Suresh, continue with their selfless service of our Master's mission, often giving our work first priority and without charging any fee. We request Sri Ashwin Kangalu to officially release Volume 3 of our Wisdom of Sivananda series by offering the first DVD to our beloved Master at the shrine. Thank you, Sri Ashwinji. Sisters and brothers, our next artist, Sri Manesh Maharaj, requires little introduction to Durban or to DLS, Divine Life Society audiences. Sri Manesh Ji is a graduate of the renowned Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan in Mumbai, India, where he underwent 7.5 years of rigorous training in Hindustani Shastriya Sangeet, which is North Indian classical music. Trained and groomed by renowned gurus, he obtained his Sangeet Visharad, which is Bachelor in Music, in 1996, graduating in Hindustani vocal music and sitar. He continued with his postgraduate studies for several more years, and he's an accomplished Kathak dancer, has performed extensively in India as well as on All India Radio. He is a recipient of numerous awards and accolades, and also teaches the dance form. It is always an honor and a feast for the soul to experience his graceful and powerful spiritual dance offerings to the divine. Sri Manesh Ji, thank you for gracing our conference, and we certainly look forward to your performance.
Prem Namaskar. Thank you for that lovely intro. I commence my offering this afternoon in true tradition by paying homage to the elephant-headed Lord Ganesh, remover of obstacles, bestowal of wisdom, and the son of Mother Parvati and Lord Shiva. This is a very popular Tulasidas composition set to Rag Hamsadhwani, Tal Adha, Gaiye Ganapati Jagavandan. My next offering is in praise of Shri Ramji. The Bhakta describes various episodes from the Ramayana where devotees found mercy and deliverance at the Lord's divine feet. So the focus in this piece is the Lord's beautiful lotus feet. And as the item progresses, I am sure you will be able to identify with these episodes. This is yet again another composition by Tulasidas. It is set to Rag Bhairavi, Tal Bhajani, Bhajman Ram Charan Sukhadai. I'm trying to find. I know it's partly, but my karma. Did we manage to identify with the different episodes where Ramji's feet played a very important and significant part in the Ramayana? I didn't want to give you in detail, but I'm sure all of you are aware of these episodes. My final offering this afternoon is a Krishna Pada by Swami. It describes Lord Krishna dancing with the peacocks. Eagerly awaiting the monsoon rainfall, a group of peacocks roam the Vrindavan forest. They mistake Krishna's dark complexion for the dark monsoon clouds and spread their plumages, dancing in ecstasy. Krishna joins them, and the peacocks are mesmerized by his magnificence and radiance. The item goes on to describe the Maharas Leela, which is Krishna's divine dance of love with the Gopikas, as well as some excerpts from the Srimad Bhagavatam. I would also like to add that when Kathakars present their work, more than the physical body, we dance with the spirit, and the spirit transcends the gender barrier. So the roles, whether it is female, whether it is male, whether it is animal, whether it is a river, whether it is a mountain or tree, the dancer has to embody that character. This entire story of this Krishna Pada is related by a Gopika to her friend or Sakhi, which demands the artist to take the role of a Gopika. And this is the time where the dancer truly becomes the Bhakta, searching for the divine. I present this Krishna Pada in Rag Meera Malhar, Tal Teen Tal.
beauty, grace, elegance, excellence, and an outpouring of bhakti. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you'll agree with me that was truly a spiritual experience. Please give him another round of applause. Shri Maneshji, thank you once again for that truly Lord Nataraja experience. We'd like to call upon Mother Sivananda to please present a small token of our appreciation to Shri Maneshji for his time and his offering, and really that was a wonderful experience. Thank you. Sisters and brothers from Mount Kailash back to SICC. I now call upon our presenter for the last discourse for today, and that is one of our senior devotees, Sri Bala Nadesan, who is going to present a discourse on Swami Sivananda's extensive literary contribution to the world. Now, Sri Bala Nadesan is aptly qualified to do this presentation. He worked very closely with Puja Swamiji, particularly in the press department. And apart from being a long-standing bhakta and sevak of Sri Gurudev, he is thoroughly acquainted with the extensive writings and work of our master, Sri Bala Nadesan.
Thank you, Madam Program Director. Om Shri Sadguru Bhagavan Sivanandaye Nama. Om Shri Sadguru Bhagavan Sivanandaye Nama. Om Shri Sadguru Bhagavan Sivanandaye Nama. I am so sorry to be the one responsible to bring you back down to the land of the mortals. So the topic then is Swami Sivananda's literary charity to the world. I cannot stop writing. That's good. I will write till I become blind. If I become blind, I will dictate and somebody will write for me. Thus, I will continue my mission of dissemination of spiritual knowledge till the end of my life. These are the words of our Divine Master, Sri Swami Sivananda. This is the intense passion that Sri Swami Sivananda had for sharing spiritual knowledge to all, not only in India, but to all parts of the world. About charity itself, the Master wrote, sharing generates cosmic love. Sharing purifies the heart. The best form of charity is the charity of knowledge, unquote. It is in this spirit that the Master gave away thousands and thousands of books free of charge to seekers all over the world. Because of this unlimited, unstinting generosity in various forms, he was often called Givananda. The versatile genius of the Master was burning with pure passion to spread the message of our ancient Hindu Dharma, to sow seeds of peace, harmony, and goodwill. His prolific pen captured the essence of all scriptures. He devoted his time to promoting Hinduism, unraveling the mysteries of the mind, and dealt exhaustively on various yogas and health and diet. You know that the Master's literature has literally saved countless persons from cultural and spiritual bankruptcy and filled them with life-giving ideals and a higher purpose in life. Puja Swamiji, Puja Swami Sahajananda often reminded us that there is a great Shakti in the writings of Swami Sivananda, because he not only practiced what he preached, this is important, he not only practiced what he preached, but also his works were blessed by Mother Saraswati. The power in these books have a protecting effect, and as Suvira pointed out to me, it is for this reason that Puja Swamiji asked us to carry them in our cars. If an editor of a magazine asked for one article, the master sent 4 or 5. He would say, even if they are not published, at least one of the editorial staff will read it and will benefit from reading it. I am satisfied even if that one person reads the article. What compassion! Among the many magazines to which the master wrote, he contributed, there were some which carried some undesirable reading material. Critics say, why should Swami Sivananda send articles to magazines containing advertisements on sex matters? This is not good. The master replied, I will continue to send articles to such papers. First, the minds of those who go through sex matters will be purified by going through spiritual matters. And so from 1931, his powerful spiritual writings began to appear regularly in those pages. Thousands turned to avid readers of the master's articles and, believe it or not, became his students. Those who read books on sex matters now started turning to God. The former President of India, the late Dr. Abdul Kalam, says, I have read Sivananda's books and they have influenced my attitude to a great extent, especially the book Thought Power. I am a fan of Sivananda's simple and uncomplicated style of writing. After his discourse on the Bhagavad Gita one evening, normally he would randomly select 2 people from the crowd for an interview. I was one of the 2 selected. I don't know what made him select me. He called me to his chamber, then he looked at me and said in Tamil, Periyanna, meaning, what's your name? Abdul Kalam replied, my name is Abdul Kalam. Why are you so sad? He asked. This great one, this chosen one, this godly person knew of my sorrow. I replied, Swamiji, I will tell you the facts. I had come for an interview here with the Air Force Selection Board, and I was not selected to be a pilot. Swami Sivananda looked at me. I was such a small fellow in front of him. Then he opened the Bhagavad Gita to the 11th chapter, where they speak of the Vishwarupa Darshan, in which Lord Krishna appears in front of Arjuna in all his forms. There, Arjuna tells Krishna he is afraid of fighting in the Kurukshetra war. Krishna tells him, this is for all of us. Defeat the defeatist tendency. Defeat the defeatist tendency. Swami Shananda asked me to repeat the statement, defeat the defeatist tendency 3 times. I repeated it 3 times, and I was very much cheered up. He then gave me 20 of his books published in Tamil and in English. It was such a great experience. So friends, I will never forget this incident in my life. Swami Sivananda's mantra, defeat the defeatist tendency, is always coming to me whenever I'm in trouble, unquote. The master wrote for this day and age. He understood the ills that plague this modern world and set about giving effective solutions. You all know that stress is one of the foremost ills of this present age. Wherever you are, whatever field of work, stress will grip you. And so, through Puja Swamiji, the master revealed the cures for stress through the Peace series. Puja Swamiji said that as he was typesetting this information, the knowledge poured into his head from above. So clearly, this knowledge came from God, and it will be worth our while to read these precious inspirational sayings again and again, perhaps at bedtime, to allow the subconscious mind to work actively whilst the reader is asleep. Many criticize the master for writing in English. Sri Anantanarayan writes, half a century ago, the glamour of Western civilization had begun to play upon the mind of the then generation, particularly the middle class, who were gradually drawn towards what looked like a superior culture of the sophisticated Westerner. It was a critical period when sons of the soil turned up their noses at their own mother culture. This invasion of alien ideology was helped by a soulless education introduced by the ruling British class in India's schools and colleges. It needed the powerful writings, English writings of the God-man Sivananda to turn the minds of the Indian youth back to the glory of their own tradition and culture. Now, one such case is that of Samananda, a modern Hindu youth who tells his story, and I quote, he says, "Born in an Orthodox family in South India, I was drawn very early in my boyhood days to the sweet Sanskrit hymns of Shankara, which my mother recited daily. But later, a bit of college education completely dislodged me from the rock of my faith, setting me wandering in a windless wilderness of wasteful atheism. But one book that I read, one portrait that I saw, brought about the change. The book and the portrait were those of Swami Sivananda, the saint of Ananda Kutir. It was in 1934, unquote. Like Samananda, many were the modern Indian youth who were reclaimed by the master and his writings. The master's message went worldwide. His literature was like a spiritual tsunami, and it stormed many parts of the world. Dr. Arati of Perth had been his seeker for many years. He had gone through 2 churches. He came in touch with the master. The master's books and loving letters drew him to Rishikesh. It was Christmas time, and there were celebrations at the ashram. Dr. Verda later spoke of it as the greatest Christmas experience of his long life and went on to add, I quote, "There, and only there, I found the peace which comes when all inner conflicts are resolved. I found the peace which comes when all inner conflicts are resolved." Yes, only there I found real Christianity, which I did not find in our Western world, unquote. Some of the most influential people of our times had come into contact with our master's literature. The political prisoners at Robben Island, including Dr. Nelson Mandela, had received books such as Light, Power and Wisdom from our press here in Durban. A few years ago, a high-ranking military official involved in Arab-Israeli peace initiatives requested copies of our peace books. Like this, many eminent statesmen and countless other souls around the globe, in search of spiritual guidance and solace, found their answers in our master's writings. Now, what does all this mean to us? It means that we should follow in the noble steps of the Master and Puja Swamiji. It means that we incorporate and implement those teachings in our daily life. It means that we must show gratitude. And one of the ways of showing gratitude is to distribute these books by selling them and by giving them out to others as gifts, so that they too can tread the path of spirituality in right earnest. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you, Brother Bala, for reminding us of Gurudev's priceless legacy to all of us, and also a timely reminder for us to visit the bookstall and purchase some of these books that we can really imbibe spiritual wisdom from. So, sisters and brothers, we've come to the final item in what has been a very busy and entertaining and uplifting day. It gives me great pleasure to welcome Srimati Suparna Adhikari and her troupe. A few words about Srimati Suparna and her troupe, artists. Srimati ji was born in Kolkata, India, and she began her vocal training at the tender age of 6 from her mother, Srimati Shipra Sen. Her Sangeet training continued under many renowned gurus since the age of 8. She holds an MA from Indira Kala Sangeet Vishwa Vidyalaya, and she has been the recipient of many awards for her contribution to Indian classical music. She has been working as a vocal teacher in Mother's International School, Aurobindo Ashram in New Delhi. And in her trip here to South Africa, she is accompanied by the talented Prasenjit Adhikari on the tabla. Sri Prasenjit appeared on All India Radio and Doordarshan. She's also accompanied by Sri Sobhagya Gandharv. He's an expert on the flute and also accompanied by Sri Arnab Bhattacharya, an engineer in computer science and engineering who is an expert on the sarod. Srimati Suparna ji, on behalf of Divine Life Society South Africa, we extend a very special, warm and loving welcome to you. Our loving pranams to you and your troupe. And it is our honor and pleasure to host you on this most auspicious occasion of our 70th anniversary. And we thank you for gracing our conference here at SICC. We had a sneak preview of your artistry, and we are certainly looking forward to your melodious and soul-stirring music. Thank you.
Little bit reverb. Give them. Okay. Give bass and tabla. एक साथ शुरू करो.
Little bit of bass. Can you just increase the low mid of the tabla?
তোমার মাইকেও হাউলিং হচ্ছে, সকলেই হচ্ছে হাউলিং হচ্ছে. নমস্কার. নমস্কার. Hari Om. I am Suparna from India. I would like to take this global opportunity to enlighten you with the essence of music, a pathway of divinity. It is a great honor for me to performing for Swami Sivanandaji's 132 birth anniversary. Music is the easiest way to reach the divine. The easiest way to connect the soul with the Almighty. There have been many incarnates in different yugs who spread the message of love and brotherhood. Vasudeva Kusumbhikrattam through music and blessed the society by their fertile thoughts. Some by opening music as a mean tried to reach the God. Amongst them, some of the most prominent names are Mirabai ji, Kabir Das ji, Surdas ji, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Ram Krishna Paramhansha, Bulesha, Guru Nanak, and Swami Sivananda ji also. Among their prayers, I would like to sing a few in front of you. Namaskar, Hari Om. Now I am presenting Ganesh Bandhana. शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये अभीप्सितार्थसिद्ध्यर्थम् पूजितो यस्सुरासुरैः सर्वविघ्नहरं तस्मै गणाधिपतये नमः गणाधिपतये नमः गणाधिपतये नमः गणपत विघ्न हरन गजानन गणपत विघ्न हरन गजानन विराजत चंद्रमा गणपत विघ्न हरन गजानन गणपत विघ्न हरन गजानन एकदंत चतुर्भुजी एकदंत चतुर्भुजी आनंद कारण और गले सुहत मणिमंडल गणपत विघ्न हरन गजानन गणपत विघ्न हरन गजानन सिद्धि नवनिधि मूषक वाहन अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि मूषक वाहन 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 मूषक वाहन दुष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि मूषक वाहन विद्यावत बुद्धि विशाल गणपत विघ्न हरण गजानन गणपत विघ्न हरण गजानन विराजत चंद्रमा फल गणपत विघ्न हरण गजानन गणपत विघ्न हरण गजानन. चंचल शशि प्रभु स्तुति करत हूँ चंचल शशि प्रभु स्तुति करत हूँ शुभदायक ज्ञान कृपाल गणपत विघ्न हरण गजानन गणपत विघ्न हरण गजानन विराजत चंद्रमा गणपत विघ्न हरण गजानन गणपत विघ्न हरण गजानन गणपत विघ्न हरण गजानन. Now I am presenting
Can you just reduce the echo of the vocal or the reverb of the vocal?
Now I am presenting a Meera Bhajan about Sri Krishna. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपाल तुम बिन मोरे कौन खबर ले गोवर्धन गिरिधारी गोवर्धन गिरिधारी ओ तुम बिन मोरी कौन खबर ले गोवर्धन गिरिधारी ओ गोवर्धन गिरिधारी हो तुम बिन मोरी कौन खबर ले गिरिधारी गिरिधार नागर गिरिधार मीरा के प्राण गिरिधार नागर चरण कमल के बलिहारी चरण कमल के बलिहारी तुम बिन मोरी कौन खबर गोवर्धन गिरिधारी गोवर्धन गिरिधारी तुम बिन मोरी तुम बिन मोरी तुम बिन मोरी कौन खबर ले गोवर्धन Now I am singing Vaishnav Janto Tene kahiye je Peer Padai Jane re. This is based on Rag Khamaj Tal Kahba. वैष्णव जन तो तेरे कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे वैष्णव जन तो तेरे कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे पर दुखे उपकार करे तोहे पर दुखे उपकार करे तोहे मन अभिमान ना माने रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़
पराए जाने रे। सकल लोक सहुने वंदे, निंदा न करे के रे। सकल लोक सहुने वंदे, निंदा न करे के रे। काच मन निश्चल राखे, धन धन जननी रे। वैष्णव जन तो मैंने कहिए जे, पीड़ पराए जाने रे। थकी असत्य न बोले, जीवा थकी असत्य न बोले। जीवा थकी असत्य न बोले, जीवा थकी असत्य न बोले। धन धन जननी रे। वैष्णव जन तो अभिमान पान रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कही जे Now we are offering Sivananda Bhajan, and we please sing with me. ब्रह्म शिवानंद जय 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 गुरु महाराज जय परम ब्रह्म शिवानंद जय जय गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय परम ब्रह्म शिवानंद जय जय Brahma Shivananda Jaya Jaya Guru Maharaj Guru Jaya Jaya Brahma Shivananda ek saath together Guru Maharaj Guru Jaya Jaya Brahma Shivananda Namaskar, Hari Om.
Srimati Suparnaji and troupe, thank you for those soul-stirring renditions. Please give them another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And on that spiritual high note, we've come to the end of today's program. And I'm sure you'll agree with me that all our items today were extremely informative and inspiring. And we really would like to thank each and every one of the artists and our presenters for their love offerings on this most auspicious occasion for DLS. I know it's been a long day, but please bear with me as I quickly go through some of the important announcements. Please reminder that our main function takes place tomorrow, and it commences with the conclusion of the 41-day recital of the Hanuman Chalisa 11 times daily. So the last recitation will take place tomorrow in this prayer hall. The proceedings begin promptly at 6 a.m. and you are reminded that should you arrive after the recitation begins, you will be redirected to adjacent halls. There will also be a Havan, and this will be followed by our stadium function, which starts at 9:30 a.m. Please remember our annual highlight of the stadium function is those wonderful drill performances. Our next branch satsang as part of the 70th anniversary celebrations will be by our Sivananda Cultural Centre, SYC, on Sunday, the 15th of September 2019 at the Sri Radhesham Mandir, 2 Gilia Crescent, Marlborough Gardens, Santon. And Havan will be at 8 a.m., followed by satsang at 10 a.m., and all are lovingly invited to attend. You'll be pleased to note that our guest artist from India, Srimati Suparna Adhikari and her troupe, will be performing tomorrow at the stadium, as well as in the program after lunch here in the prayer hall. And further to that, they will also be performing at our various branches as follows. On Monday, the 9th of September at Sivananda Ashram, Reservoir Hills from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. On Tuesday, the 10th of September at Sivananda Ashram in Stanger. Wednesday, the 11th of September, Rydal Vale Sri Ram Mandir. Thursday, the 12th at the Maha Gayatri Mandir in Escort. Friday the 13th, Sivananda Ashram in Northdale. And on Sunday the 15th at the Sri Radhesham Mandir in Santon. Please note that meals will be served at all of these satsangs at the various ashrams as I have listed them. So we've come to the end of today's program, and we will close with the Mahamrityunjaya mantra 3 times, followed by the Shanti prayers and food prayer. You're all lovingly invited to partake of Supper Prasad thereafter. There is a shuttle service available to assist those needing transport. Please, a reminder to maintain silence during meal times, and please do remember to chant the Mahamrityunjaya mantra while you are traveling safely back home. We look forward to seeing you in the prayer hall bright and early tomorrow morning. Once again, thank you for being a wonderful audience. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. 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 Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityodmukshayamamritat. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityodmukshayamamritat. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityodmukshayamamritat. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu, sarvesham shantir bhavatu, sarvesham purnam bhavatu, sarvesham mangalam bhavatu, sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukha bhag bhavet. Om asato ma satgamaya, tamso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om purnamadha purnamidam purnat purnamadachyate purnasya purnamadhaye purnameva vashishyate. Brahmarpanam brahmahavir brahmagno brahmanahutam brahmeva tena gantavyam brahma karma samadhina. Om sahana bhavatu sahano bhunaktu sahaviryam karvavahe tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahe. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shri Satguru Bhagwan ki jai.